Welcome to Gamers Two Cents, where we're the gaming bros and not the gaming pros. Here to give our BS opinion. It's half. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, half. Of course, I said it to you, and I'll say it again. I'm tired, and you're gaming. And let's start. The first news is BF6 AI art. So they were caught recently. People, nowadays, you know how people are taking a magnifying glass and looking over all this key art. Um, BF6 got caught having a mask that's basically the COD mask, the Call of Duty mask. And that wasn't the only one, actually. There was um, I didn't post this one. What's it called? You earn this like badge, and it's a soldier holding up a rifle, right? But on the rifle, it has two barrels in the front, which, if we know guns, that that doesn't. No, do you know what I mean? What the? What do you mean? Yeah. My God, I gotta send this to yo ass. Man doesn't know how a gun works. All right, do you see it? I posted it in the thing. Open it. No, I posted another one just now. If you scroll down, you'll see. I don't care. Can you click it open and scroll down? You'll see.
The logo, the snowflake holding the AK-47 symbol.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, what about it?
Yeah, do you see the two barrels? Talking about the AI art.
Yeah, I see it.
Shit, I fucked up. I had myself muted.
You motherfucker. Start
Anyways,
over.
we're talking about AI art and how they took the COD mask and they have another badge that has two barrels on a gun. But yeah.
Yeah, two barrels on the gun. That's basically the equivalent of having six fingers on one hand. So that's kind of funny. Um, unless the second barrel was intended to be like, I don't know, a grenade launcher or
Please
something like
don't.
that.
Please don't justify it because that's
What,
not
bro?
how it
You
works.
it's a video game. Like I'm just being honest.
What do you
It's a video
think
game.
about AI art? I'm getting caught being lazy, basically, and charging
I
a
don't
high price for it.
If the AI art is decent enough, I'm not gonna care. As long as it's not complete slop. If it's at least decent and there's some care put into it, then I'll roll with it. But if it's just slop and it's just like clearly thrown together, not good, mediocre stuff, then that's when I start getting against AI. Um Yeah, I probably wouldn't even notice this honestly because I'm not looking for AI when I play video games. I'm just looking to have fun. Like these guys are going really hard for this AI shit and I it's honestly not even that serious. Like that's how I feel about it. I feel like people are just looking for something to complain about. Just want something to complain and be mad about.
That's because
Who
people.
get
That's because they charge you a high price for something they put little effort in.
Like I
That's what
said,
I
if the
mean.
AI is good, then it's good. If they have to click one button to generate the skins of the enemies or the buildings and it comes out the way it did, like how we played it, then I'm not mad at it. Why are you getting mad because developers have to work less? They already get worked like slaves. This is a known fact for years. So if they have something that makes their job a little easier, why are we complaining? If the quality is still there. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel. That's my take on it. But yes, to answer your question, yeah, examining the logo further, I can kind of see how it would be AI because of the double barrels, I guess. But come on now, bro. You guys are examining symbols and stuff for AI. Fucking logos, bro. Y'all need to find something better to do. I'm sorry. Go find something better to do. Seriously, it's a logo. Who gives a fuck? It's an
You
emblem
heard
that you don't even see on your fucking character. It's a first-person shooter game. You don't even see it on him. Why are you guys bitching? Just looking for things to complain about. That's my thing. And
you
don't get
sound
me
like
wrong,
you sound like an
I,
angry
you know,
grandpa.
I'm not an angry guy. It's the truth. Why are you guys bitching about this? And it's a fucking logo. Come on now. It's not that serious. Oh my god, the logo has two barrels on it, even though I don't ever see my character in this first person shooter game. The only time I'll ever see the goddamn logo is when I'm in the menu, but I'm over here bitching about it. Man, please. I don't want to hear that shit. People got to find something better to do. And they need to worry about, okay, complain about stuff in the game. Complain about them having to fix the time to kill and stuff like that. Like, why y'all over here? You guys want the Battlefield 6 devs to focus on AI? You guys are fucking it up. Focus on the things that are important. If the game looks good, why the hell are you bitching about the AI? Oh my god, he kind of looks like a Call of Duty clone with the map, even though I don't see my character at all. I don't see my character, but this looks like kind of a Call of Duty. Man, shut your ass up. Stop bitching and play the game. Complain about real things that can make real changes. So many other things you could complain about to make Battlefield 6 better, but instead, you guys are choosing to put the microscope under the fucking bloody AI. Fucking stupid, bro. Now, when all these devs start focusing their attention on AI and trying to legitimize themselves and make themselves authentic instead of fixing the really important parts of the game, y'all still gonna be bitching. Cause y'all gonna be on here like, man, the devs only care about AI and they're not working on the important parts. Yeah, cause y'all over here complaining on Twitter. Focus on the real problems here. Yes, I can see how AI can be bad, but this is just one of those cases where people are just blowing things out of proportion and complaining. Like, shut the hell up and play your bloody game, bro. And complain about the real things. Like complain about how there's not enough bigger maps in the game. That's what we need. We need bigger maps before you guys over here bitching about AI Call of Duty copy skins. That's how I feel. I'm done. You got anything you want to say? Hello?
Could you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Alright. Yeah, you sound like an angry grandpa to me.
No, I'm being
Mo-
real.
Alright.
Shit.
You said your piece. Let's move on. Corsair cancels PC and RAM orders after price hike. So users report of the PC and RAM orders being canceled after price hikes happened. So a 48 gigabyte DDR5 RAM kit was selling for just $239.99, right? That's cheap as hell. That's a damn good deal. However, the OP, the poster, original poster, showed that after they got canceled, they saw they seen the RAM, but it was hiked up over $500. So yeah, that's us. And there was another one where somebody ordered a pre-built PC that was worth 3,500, canceled. Then that PC was increased by $800. Both times, Corsair said it was an internal error and whatever the hell they did with them, they'll probably give them a coupon or something. But yeah, this is not a good look for Corsair. So, do you think that's fair of them to cancel the orders? Says, what is it called? What's the word called? Use internal error as a very easy way of saying to cover up a
It's
canceled order.
as an escape route, basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Your scapegoat is making it basically saying, "Oh, this was an error." Yeah, I do think that's scummy. I hate when companies do that shit. I just see, you see a nice deal especially if you're a fucking computer tech geeky wizard or whatever. You like building computers for gaming, and you're somebody who's constantly on the hunt for upgrades or PC parts, and you see this sweet ass deal, and then Crosshair's like, "Oh no, sorry, that was an oversight." No, it wasn't an oversight. You guys put it for that price, and you didn't expect it to sell that much. That's why you guys probably want to take it out and then jack up the price next time to 500 or whatever the price is so you can make more money. Yes, that is scummy. I see through that scummy shit. Companies don't just do that. There's too many processes you have to go through to even be able to make something able to buy on the internet. That's not something you do by accident. Fuck that. They fucked up. They're just mad because from what this is my guess. My guess is they sold it for 240 and they didn't expect it to sell like hotcakes. And when they started seeing people have buying it like hotcakes, they was like, "Oh shit, let's pull it off, make up an excuse, and then we'll jack up the price later on when we put it back on the market."
Yeah,
Fucking asshole.
because prices are going up for everything. Only
Yeah,
going up.
that's scummy. I don't like stuff like that. That stuff makes me angry. That's all I have to say on that.
All right. Yeah. So I think that's shitty, but that's the world we live in right now, which I don't want to accept, but it is AI. But yeah, let's move on. This one was interesting. Okay, so it was a couple days ago, right? Before the new year, I believe. And I went on Twitter and randomly the feed updates and shows somebody I don't follow, right? Usually they show you, the algorithm shows you things that you tend to look at and stuff. And it said PS5 ROM key and it was a bunch of numbers. And I said, hmm. Uh, and that seems very by a random person. So I took it as a grain of salt, like usually everything. Man, lo and behold, I saw that thing with a couple other thousand people who saw it early. That it, um, that it is the ROM key to start doing pirating stuff. And let's see here. Pirate Nation posted key points after that. It blew up this whole thing. So basically, Sony can't fix this with a software update for existing consoles because it's built onto the chip. Basically, that encryption and coding. That means if they want to fix this issue, this jailbreaking and all this stuff, they would have to recall millions of PS5s out there, and that's not, you know, doable. That's a lot of money. And like I said, it makes it a lot easier for hackers to study how the PS5 starts up and protects itself. This could speed up work on things like homebrew emulators, that means PS5 games on PC, or jailbreaks. That's running on site code. So basically, it's just like the first step, basically, in getting into that system. Because there are layers of protection a system has. So this is just the first, and hackers are just gonna keep working it or whomever. Um,
That's right. So Sony, y'all better tighten up, man.
and I guess Star Wars Racer was another influence because it was at 50-60. Now they jump up to $200 to $400 because there's an exploit on the disc, the physical disc, which it says interested jailbreakers need Racer's Revenge to jailbreak PS5 12.0 firmware because of a bug in the Hall of Fame feature.
Wow.
So this reminds me of, you know what this reminds me of? Kind of reminds me of PS1. So a couple of years ago, you had to, in order to I think play different regions. It's not the same, but it's kind of reminding me of physical disc. You would have to physically alter or modify the PlayStation, I believe. People can correct me, but there was this game that got recently found out a couple years ago called Alien Resurrection, I believe. Was it Alien Resurrection or was it Alien something? Doesn't matter. On the disc, if you use it, you pop it in, right? There was a special dev code, cheat code you input. So what you do is, uh, you put it in, then you take out the disc. You open the PlayStation up. PlayStation's still running, or yeah, it can still run. So stop the disc. You replace the original game with a pirated game or something like that. You close it. So the security checks by the PS1 is not happening because there's a special dev code and it can run all these pirate games. So that Alien game shot up to hundreds of dollars after that news was broken out because you no longer really have to physically modify a PS1 in order to play pirated type games. So you just use that disc, use a code, simple as that. Switch it over. So I know it's kind of different-ish, but you know what I mean?
No, I understand that what you're saying is in the ballpark of what's happening here. Yeah, there's been some methods over the years. Even when I played Japanese import games back in like early 2000, 2013 and stuff, the method to play those games was having to get a disc. I believe it was called Magic Swap 3.0. And I used this on the PS2 Slim. I would have to put the disc in. The PS2 Slim would read the disc and say, "Okay, put in your um Japanese import game." And I also had to do something where I had to put a little adapter piece to leave the the system open in order for it to work. So yeah, this just sounds like another one of those interesting methods to do things. And the fact Star Wars is getting jacked up to 200 is pretty funny. Um but going back to what you were saying about the PS5 getting pirated and stuff, I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how this is gonna unfold. Um, I don't know what Sony's gonna do about this because it looks like it's happening a lot faster than I anticipated. Well, I don't know. The PS5 has been out for about 3 or 4 years now, so I guess
5
it's
years, I believe.
yeah. So no, this is on par. Well, but now let's see what Sony does. Balls in their court. So, but yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Speaking of PS5, 2020, November 12th, 2020, it came out.
Oh, damn. Yeah, 5 years ago. Yeah, that's enough time to dissect a new system, crack it open, and see what's going on inside for sure.
Now, this is bad news for Sony, and obviously they're not going to comment on it because they can't show themselves sweating, you know? Uh,
Right.
on top of this, the news connects to another topic that they're spreading around that the RAM prices could see a delay in the next generation consoles or gaming devices. I could say gaming device because that's just I think that's how it is, but that's my view. Um, but yeah, rumors going out. I guess I'm reading off Insider Gamer Tom Henderson, who is reporting it, and he's got like good insider information. But basically, that's it. It's not that big, but it's basically that we could see a delay, and I believe it. I believe it because of how expensive everything is in gaming now. However, Sony has to basically they got to get in that freaking office and they got to make a playbook because if that happens and the pirates get better at hacking and decrypting the PS5, that could be bad for sales, you know what I mean? So it's like a race against the clock or whatever. They got to be really smart about this. So it's kind of interesting to see what's gonna happen, right? Obviously, GTA once that comes out, it'll sell a buttload of PS5s, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what if the system gets broken and hacked by then, and then somebody just gives away a Grand Theft Auto for free. You know what I mean? It damages the industry. Most people don't understand that damages industry. You're doing more harm than good. And I get it. Sometimes we need free stuff, and it depends on where you live in the region. So I don't really pick on much. But for people who can afford it or a bountiful their economy compared to others, then it kind of makes no sense, you know. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's a race against the clock, and this is interesting. We gotta see what happens on the line. But yeah, do you believe that it could be delayed the next generation consoles?
100%, because not only can people not really afford it, but once they do release the consoles, there's the inevitable excuse me, scrappers, I think they're called, the people who take the stuff and resell it higher. Um
Oh, scalpers,
Scalpers,
scrappers.
yeah,
That's
thank
funny.
you. Scalpers. You have to deal with the scalpers. You have to deal with the fact it's going to be a brand new system, and a lot of people just don't have the means to get a new system right now. Um, it's probably going to cost even more trying to keep up with the new technology, and then you have to deal with the pirates. So now probably going to spend extra time trying to up the security or figure out a way so that their games can't be jailbroken and stuff. Um, so stop it! Stop doing that! I'm sorry, yo. My cat is like being really annoying. So, that's how I agree with you. I do think they're gonna get delayed when it comes to the newer systems because of those reasons.
All right.
Hello?
Hi. I forgot to talk about this game actually. Sword and Fairy remake. For Sword and Fairy 4 remake. I totally forgot about that. Just
The
insert
Claire
it here.
Pure Clone.
The Timu. You're
Mm,
gonna see a lot of clear obscure copies. Like copies. I know most people
Claire,
are, you
go
know,
ahead.
understanding, going through just understanding how blatant copies. There's inspiration and there's what's another word you could say? Half.
Um,
It's not just
inspiration.
inspiration. What else?
Um, I don't know. Being inspired by somebody. That's the best imitation. I don't know the other word you're looking for.
Imitation, yeah, right. And but there's blatant copies, and this game looks very copy, very
Well,
heavy. The gameplay, because it starts at in the trailer it starts at like 205.
Yep, I actually saw this one before you showed it to me. I had a good laugh out of this. And then it was funny because Facebook did something very funny. Whoever was the leader of this page that posted this, they knew how to trigger people cuz they posted a screenshot of Sword and Fairy. And in the captions, they go brand new Claire Obscure like game. And I was dying. People in the comments were furious. I'm ever tired of everybody calling things Souls like. Now we're doing Claire Obscure like. This is bullshit. Da da da. Ah. So I thought that was pretty funny. Um,
I mean, it's true though.
um,
Everything is Souls like basically, and now it's gonna be Claire.
hey, to be fair, the battle system's pretty tight, so I'm not mad at this necessarily. Um,
Yeah, but there's inspired, but then there's copy, and there's a fine line. When you can tell something's a dead ass copy, or at least not enough effort is being put into it, and you can say it's a copy, then yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, you know
But
how the
it's a
Chinese
fine
do.
line, especially just understanding artwork and stuff over my time and going through classes for that. You can't just say it's not and it is. You gotta just look at it and be like, yeah, nah, nothing like this was coming out of China before, to my knowledge. And after Claire came out, and China moves fast when it's copyright stuff because they don't have no copyright rules like we do. So they'll just take it and just fucking just be like, yeah, we got this, we invented it, or like, you know, they don't care. It's a different
They don't
beast
give
over
a
there.
fuck about none of that. But yeah, this was funny to me. I mean, it's You know what? I say a few more games like this, and maybe one or two more games that could be quote unquote Claire obscure like before people get tired of it. But I definitely see people buying this game because people really like Claire obscure, and people are gonna want something else to play if this game actually ends up coming to fruition and doesn't, nothing crazy happens to it. But yeah, this was funny. This was a good laugh. I thought it was very funny.
Timu
Um,
Expedition. That's what I call it.
yeah, Claire. Yeah, this is Expedition 66, I guess. So yeah, no, this is cool. I'm here for the jokes. I thought it was funny how this happened. I wonder how fast it took them to do this because Clair Obscur was just released last year.
Yeah, but
So
most people don't understand. China moves differently. I know people are like, "Well, it takes a couple of years and it, all that, right?" But China's a different beast. They don't. They have what is it called? They have crunch time. They have worse than crunch time over there. So it's like, yeah, nobody sees how. I don't know. That's just me. That's
so
just me.
yeah, that's all
Pretty
I have
much.
to say on it. I just thought it was funny, and I will bet my bottom dollar that people are going to support and buy it because Clair Obscur was really good, and this looks like Clair Obscur except with different characters and a different storyline. And I'm just being honest. It visually, like graphics, it looks good. It looks good. Doesn't look like slop.
Yeah, because it's
Um,
Unreal. It's the Unreal Engine. Anything nowadays, it's hard to say anything's gonna look like slop unless they use their own game engine or rough. Because Unreal just makes everything look fine. Trust
yeah.
me,
So I'm,
people are gonna
I'm
get soon get tired of it. People say it looks great, right? You know how we're saying it now. Pretty sure a couple of years people are like, yeah, they use the Unreal Engine, so what's impressive about it? Everything looks the same. So it's gonna get to that
eventually,
point.
eventually, that's what happens with all the, because things get outdated and graphics improve and But for now, the game looks good. It looks like a solid choice. If I seen it on the Steam winter sale for $30 or something, I'd probably pick it up.
It'll never be
Sorry.
on Steam. There's no way. It'll be on the
Shit, you don't
purple app.
know that.
Purple app.
So that's all I have to say about this. This was a good laugh and bring it on. Bring it on. More video game RPG goodness. I'm not complaining. Shit.
Of course you would
Bring it
say that.
on.
Of course you would say that.
Bring on the Claire Obscure light games.
Moving on. I had to insert that because I totally forgot. But we're going back to computer stuff or graphics cards. So there was a report from a Korean news. What the hell are they called? Newses? They got their information from industry sources reporting that AMD and Nvidia are prepping to raise their GPUs in January, basically, starting January. And they're going to, the 5090, it's going to be the highest. They're bringing that up to $5,000. Right now, what is it? The 5090 is like 2,500 to 3,000, something like that. Depending on who you buy it from, because there's different makers, Ace, like MSI and all that. Whatever enhancements they do to their own version of those graphics cards. But yeah, it's that high, right? They're increasing it to 5,000. Now, people are just gonna say, "Well, that's only the 5090." Well, the, well, whatever comes from the top usually drips down below. So that means everything else is going to increase over time and we're completely fucked. I believe this rumor heavily. Like I said, I read it early on. Then it started being reported around. This was before the new year. And like I said, whoever doesn't believe, like I told you, I said I'll sooner believe this rumor before I hear they found Bigfoot. Um, and this is bad for gaming. Remember I told you? I said PC gaming is no longer is going to be viable at all. And this is going to have a resurgence possibly in the future for consoles. Because you know how people say, "Oh, just save up a little more, buy a PC." But with RAM prices going like crazy, soon SSDs are gonna go crazy because of the DRAM prices. Because DRAM is in SSDs, that's gonna soar, and then you got GPUs that are gonna go up too. You really think that's viable? Like, what do you think of this rumor?
Um, I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I don't know if it's gonna happen for sure,
Oh, they
but
also said, my bad. There's a rumor said it's not just for consumers, by the way. It's actually for data centers. So they know what they're holding and charging even businesses. Go ahead.
mm, um, yeah, I think it's possible we'll see it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I guess this could be the downfall of PC gaming, like you said. Lean more towards consoles, but if consoles want to actually capitalize off this, they're gonna have to stop, charging absurd prices for their systems when they get first released. Like, don't be charging 600 and shit, bro. Make that shit 400 or something. Make an affordable console or something for us. Like, I don't know. I don't really have much to say on this. My laptop, I have a AMD Ryzen 5000 series. Um, it's pretty nice. It's a ROG Zephyrus. I spent 2200 for it. I could play all the newest games. Um, and I'm speaking as somebody who's a new person getting into PC gaming, like just recently. So when I look at this, and I see these prices, it's like I don't even 1900 like $1,900 for the RTX 5090. Like my laptop costed almost that much. And for me to spend that much on um a graphics card or RAM just doesn't seem like it would ever be necessary in the future for the types of games that I want to play. And that's all I have to say on that without babbling.
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, I was telling you, PC gaming is no longer the same. It is not viable. Not viable at all with all these high prices. It's ridiculous.
I won't say viable at all. There's plenty of PC games that you can play and enjoy with a simple $400 or $500 laptop. You don't need the most beefiest shit ever to play these games,
That's
especially with
true. That's what I tell people. You're right. And I apologize for interrupting.
yeah, and yeah, you don't need these. You don't always need the strongest laptop ever to play these games. Even these newer games like Battlefield 6 is optimized to run on smaller laptops. But so yeah, there's two sides to it. There's what you're saying and then there's what I'm saying. So ultimately, yeah, this could be the downfall of PC gaming, or PC gaming will just be a rich hobby if you're somebody who wants to play all the brand newest games at the max graphic settings. But again, I just don't see the reason for it. I spent 2200 for my laptop in what are we in 2026? I spent that in 2022. Okay, I've been able to play games like Cyberpunk 22 max settings, Baldur's Gate 3 max settings, Armor Core max settings, like really games that push the laptop to the brink, and I've been able to play those games just fine. So for me, spending 1900, 2000, all this money on graphics cards just to keep up with what? Like, unless you're over here trying to build, you're 3D printing, or you're doing heavy, super heavy AI projects with like Journey and stuff, I don't see the point in needing all this extra graphics and RAM if you're just using your PC for gaming. Like, it's just unnecessary. That's my take on it. Again, I'm somebody who's kind of relatively new, but I don't see the point unless you're doing something like you're using really extensive programs. Like, engineering type stuff, or uh, 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 like code or something like that. Like I don't know, man. That's how I see it. That's all I have to say. So
That's it.
that's it.
Yeah, I think PC gaming. I think people are ridiculous. I know some people, and when they say I want to spend this and I spend that, right, and then they go ahead and play League, or they play Valorant, or they play Fortnite. I'm like, you don't, you're, you're not testing your system with those games. Minecraft. Minecraft might be possibly the only one if you want to increase the draw distance. It'll test your computer. I think Minecraft is one of those basic popular games that actually can test your computer because all those cubes, right? It's got to what's it called? It's got to build those things. So each one of those are itself a,
Right.
a component or part of the graphics building, and it'll test the system. Drawing each one of those.
Right.
That's the only one I think off my head that could be like a popular game testing rig. But other than that, if you're playing any of those other popular games, you don't need a deep anything for that. If Fortnite can still run on freaking PS4, yeah, you don't need that deep of a rig.
Exactly.
But yeah, this is
Exactly.
uh,
Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. So I guess we can go to the next topic unless you got anything
it's
else you want
game
to say.
impressions, bro. I'm talking about my game. I'm playing Chicory: A Colorful Tale. Lovely game. It's about a character and you gain the power to wield a big paintbrush that affects the world. And the color went away, and obviously it's an emotional trip. It deals with self doubt, depression, um, satisfying others basically, and not taking care of your own emotions, trying to help others. It's a lot of very deep emotional. It got a lot of high praise. I'm enjoying the hell out of it, to be honest. I like the art style, and I like drawing art. I like that type of stuff, and it's a wonderful game. It's very Zelda inspired, old school games. So it's got a nice puzzles. It's not too hard. It's got boss fights where you use the paintbrush to beat the bosses. Very, very, very cute game. Um, but yeah, that's I think I'm 7 hours into it. I think I'm about halfway beating it, if I remember. My next game is gonna be the Mortuary Assistant. I already decided that. It's about where you work in the is it a morgue, I think? And you take out all the body parts and do all that thing, but then freaky stuff starts to happen, and yeah, I want to play that next.
Sounds
Um,
cool.
what about you?
So I
Here
stopped
comes
playing
another
Crosscode.
Japanese game.
So I stopped playing Crosscode. I think that was the last thing I mentioned. Because it was just, yo, the game's fucking incredible. It's just too puzzle heavy for me. Amazing game, amazing. I'll probably go back to it and beat it with a guide, but the game was very puzzle heavy to the point where, and I like puzzles, but I would play a bit, get the flow of combat, and I'm like, yeah, and then here comes another puzzle I have to spend 15 to 20 minutes on.
This
So I
guy
put
says
that
all
on.
that, but plays Tormented Souls, which is a lot of puzzles.
Yeah, yep, Tormented Souls, that's another Madman game with the puzzles. And Tormented Souls, I'd even argue Tormented Souls is worse because the difficulty of the puzzles are way more obtuse and just absurd. With Crosscode, you could at least figure it out in the game. With Tormented Souls, if it's there's sometimes you need real world knowledge to solve the puzzle. If you don't have that, you literally won't beat the game. Like it's crazy. But the game I've been playing recently because I've been looking for a turn-based strategy game lately, and not turn-based as in like Octopath Traveler because I have that and that game is still very amazing. But I was looking for a game where you move the players along a map. So I was initially going to get XCOM because that was like the known mecca of real-time turn-based strategy games or whatever. But I didn't want to keep shooting at aliens. I wanted a different theme. So I chose Jagged Alliance 3. Found the game for $5. Wow, man, this game is fucking great. Holy shit. I didn't think I would like it because I saw that it had like a 90s humor. The 90s humor isn't the problem. It's just that I thought the game would be really goofy, but it takes itself seriously and it's a lot of fun. I love the combat. The world building is really freaking good. Like it really surprised me because I basically went into it blind. And it's challenging. I love that it's difficult. It's hard. It's not easy. I really have to think about my moves. Every little thing matters. My guns, my attachments, the perks, the weapons I use, the angles, how I hit people. Like it's really freaking fun. I've been playing the crap out of that game. I probably got like 20, 30 hours in it right now. Play that game if you're ever slightly interested and you want something different from XCOM. It's only $5. You will get over 60 hours worth of gameplay. It's incredible. It's an incredible game. And I was hesitant because I don't like games with permadeath, but I like this game a lot. It gets really tense and it makes it fun. Um, I could go on about this game, but I'm gonna end it there and say you should grab it if you're slightly interested in it. So that's all I have to say. Is that a wrap?
Hell no, I'm not grabbing that shit. Any games you're looking forward in 2026?
Um, Alabaster Dawn,
What the
which
fuck?
is which is
What is
basically
that?
like cross. It's from the developers of Crosscode made another game like Crosscode, except they polished it up and made it look way better. So now
Alabaster what?
Alabaster Dawn. There's a demo out for it, so you could try it right now if you want to. So I really like the way this game looks. Now, I have to see if the game isn't as puzzle intense as Crosscode before I pull the trigger and buy it. But I really like
Solve challenging puzzles using all of your weapons, elements, and team members.
right, I know puzzles are going to be in there, but the amount of puzzles. If it's going to be puzzle after puzzle like Crosscode, then I'll probably have to say no. But
Rebuild settlements, establish trade routes, and advance science by helping people.
and
It's a
and
genre?
so Alabaster Dawn is one of them. I guess I'll say like one or two more just to give you guys a little glimpse. Let's see if I can if I can remember. God damn it, what was it? Okay, well I can't remember off the top of my head and I can't find it in my huge list of wish list games right now. Oh, Threads of Time. That game looks really fucking sick. JRPG, 2.5 RPG, turn-based combat looks really freaking cool. Can't wait for that. And there's more, but that's it without
Oh
going too
damn! What
far.
is all this 2.5D games you got?
Them games be hitting when they're done right.
Very retro.
Well, you know me. I love my pixelated games. I play my PS2 games still to this day, so you know who you're dealing with when you deal with me. I'm more of a I'm more of a retro-ish old school gamer anyway, so
Yeah, right.
yeah, it's true. That's why I play games like Octopath Traveler and Crosscode, which is like Zelda for the Game Boy Advance, basically. All very old schoolish games. Or Star Ocean Return R. That's another pixelated game that, you know, old school vibes. High quality pixelated games. Yes, those games turn me on. I love those games. And oh, I'm waiting for Mina the Howler too. That game looks so
Wait,
freaking
Mina the
cool.
Howler? Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh my god, you like a game that I want?
Mm-hmm.
Am I interested in?
Yep, Mina the Howler looks really cool. So that gives me like again old school Legend of Zelda Game Boy Advance, Ocarina of Ages, Ocarina of Seasons. Those two different versions of the Zelda games back then. Love shit like that. So definitely got my eyes on Mina the Howler too. and I will stop there without going too deep into things.
All right. Well, we'll end it on that. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe or dislike. Um, also, follow Lesu Games, LESUGAMEZTTV on Twitch.
Follow
Go ahead
Lesu
and watch.
Games.
You got anything else to shout out? Have?
Y'all, enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the winter Steam sale. There was some good ass games for 70 to 60% off. My pockets got hurt. Um, keep your eye out for them indie games, man. You got some good games coming out next year. RPGs and these old school classics have been on a tear lately. So keep your eyes out for that because those games don't really get as much light. You got to dig for those. And that's all I have to say. You guys enjoy your new year. Happy holidays to y'all. Make 2026 great.
Damn, you acting like we still in 2025. Have a good day.